let's try this again.
Was it Nebby? No, now you can't record.
Now it is. See, recording. My big old fingers in the way.
Okay, so going back to making the reading skills more visual so that we can get more sustained language acquisition to get to accountability of
Mhm.
testing.
So it's almost like,
And how to tease or weed in and out what's more effective curriculum versus
yeah.
not.
And with us ability grouping our kids, I know we don't like to ability group in Gen Ed.
I call it Montessori approach
Okay, I like that word. I like
because
Montessori.
it's not based on age,
But
it's
if-
based on skills.
But if there's, and I know, for the kids, there's that stigma. I know that because I was that kid. I was the special ed kid without being the special ed kid. Pulled in for reading groups and things like that, and I was always the low one. I was in Bluebirds for like 4 years. Every school I went to, I was the Bluebird, and they were always the lowest group.
Kids will know what that lowest group is regardless what you call it.
I know, exactly.
I had cheetahs. They were my lowest group. I thought even thinking a fast animal would do it. They knew.
Yeah,
'cause
no.
They knew who was in group with them.
Yeah, no, I was a Bluebird. I was a Bluebird at Miss Swanson's table, and I hated Miss Swanson. But anyway, sorry, Miss Swanson.
Impacted teachers.
Yes. But is that something that we can look at with our Gen Ed kids? I mean, I know it's a lot of work.
Gen Ed like curriculum. We can't touch the curriculum.
No, I know we can't touch the curriculum, but can we, like what I do with my 5th graders, is I use curriculum, but I use 2nd grade.
If we're talking about taking the Gen Ed curriculum and making it more visual,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so.
Okay. Because I don't really use, I use it, but I don't use it with fidelity because it's
specializing
not,
it.
yeah, we're specialized.
And yeah, kids obviously they're getting services.
So I don't know what that would look like, if it would even look like anything.
In the Gen Ed perspective, we're very limited on what we can.
Yeah.
We have some flexibility, but we don't have flexibility in the program we pick, program we use, the data and the way we pull data from that program. High quality instructional
Yeah.
materials.
But how do we take that high quality instruction that they're giving us that's already 3 levels above what they're actually at?
How do you scaffold it up? Scaffold it back to scaffold it up?
So that means we take all of that pressure and put it back on the lower grades.
So, for me, in a Gen Ed room, especially when you're acquiring your literacy skills, there's those foundational skills where you're breaking words down, coding, all of that. And then you get to that next level of not next level, sometimes in conjunction of, then you're building that comprehensive piece of like, this is why I'm reading to understand this. So if we're looking at it from a deaf ed lens, I still, based on that language acquisition, I still feel like there's still, even in 5th grade, at a foundational skills level of decoding, of just gaining language. So do we take an off-grade level Bluebonnet foundational skills? I think it goes up to 3rd grade here. Do we try that? It's just not the same though.
It's not like we have.
And it's more sound dependent.
Well, that's the struggle we have in deaf ed, because we have kids who are oral,
Right.
but they're not oral. They're sign dependent, and then we have those who are profound, think they're oral, and don't use sign.
Yes.
And then we have those kids who come from families who they're throwing everything at them, and that's great, and we want them to throw everything at them, but then the kid themselves don't know which to pick.
Yeah, that's what I would think, like where,
Like where, so.
when, where, why,
So our second grader,
right?
who has parents who are right there, everything sign, voice, the whole 9 yards. He has to code switch, because when he goes into mainstream and he has no other deaf students in the room with him, he code switches. So he goes to voice. But then it's this voice to this, because he needs an interpreter because of all the noise in the room.
It just seems like such a loss of so many instructional minutes. As just trying to code switch, decode, assimilate,
Which is why,
instead of having one clear path. And maybe it's a clear path per kid versus a clear path.
well, that's
per
the thing.
population.
It's a per kid, but it's per kid. How do we get it so that it fits everybody?
And to me, that's a whole other issue. I mean, I know they're gonna say that's what IEPs are for.
That's me. I don't know who that is. But see, that's the other thing I need to make sure that we do, is make sure that RIPs are solid.
Right.
Because from what I'm hearing coming out of that other school districts, it's not good for our sped kids.
SPED or deaf ed SPED?
Well, sped, and then there's a whole other thing with deaf ed that I'll find out about when I go to.
That our IEPs in our school
Mm-hmm.
are questionable?
Mm-hmm.
In what regards?
Communication.
Like it's not being addressed in the ARD meeting appropriately?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I'm working with someone who was the director over in Greenville. Amazing. She was the director. She's kind of like me. She collects degrees. Director, she was a diag specifically for deaf ed. She was, I think she might have been an assistant principal. Like, she has all these things. So she and I are gonna meet, and she's gonna show me some really good, strong deaf ed IEPs,
Okay.
so that we can take a look at them and say, because a lot of the things that she and I were talking about was that a lot of it was more their communication styles were not addressed in their IEPs. Like all we're doing is addressing their the TEKS and the standards. Like there's more things that we need to be
Basically
addressing.
giving oral sign administration.
Yes, in their IEPs, because for a deaf kid, there's a whole lot more academically that they need than our hearing kiddos do.
Do you think, and this is an idea to play with, I don't have permission to even run with it yet, that when we have deaf ed arts, we bring you in as almost like the school level advocacy for parents, because you'll know some of the questions or some of the things that might be being overlooked? I just don't know.
Somebody needs to.
Well, and it needs to have somebody with a unique expertise, because as much as you could give me a checklist and I think I'm working it correctly,
Right.
I'd still need guidance on
Yes.
making sure I'm working
Yes.
it correctly.
Yes.
Can't just,
Yeah, no, absolutely. But there
and
are things.
Copilot's great, but it
Yes.
doesn't know it all.
But like there's something that's called the expanded core curriculum. And what that is when you go through it, it's like all these little things that you as a hearing person can do automatically.
Yeah, that I don't think
There's
twice about
no,
it.
but for a student, like one of the things for our babies is identifying that their name is them. Still. That goes up.
I see
That
that as
goes
that
up.
really early literacy skill way down in pre-K.
Yes.
That's like the biggest
And,
first connection
and that's,
piece of writing.
but that also
meaning.
goes to ECI and parent.
True.
So you see, we're in deaf ed. While education-wise, we can put it in a box.
But there's only so much within that box we control,
Mm-hmm.
and so many hours a day we
And
have
that's
the
and
kids.
the outside of it is those parents.
Right. And I get that we need to bring education to parents, but not all parents are open to it. And I've always kind of been in the mindset of fight the battles I can.
Yep.
I can bring you the information, I can give
Mhm.
you support, we can link you to things.
And I think that's one of the things that we have a problem here, is that we don't have a central spot to send parents to. Like, we don't have like a Facebook page, we don't have a group or something.
We had a group.
We have a group meet, but it's more for announcements, but what I'm saying is something that, you know, a website that says, here are all these services in the state of Texas. Like, there's statewide outreach, there's TSD, there's Texas Hands and Voices, which we have here for Deaf Ed Night. You know, they're audiologists, like why does my kid have to go to an audiologist? What is an audiogram? Like, these are things that we need to figure out some way that when we get those parents that come in for pre-K, or even K3, to say, look, here, I know that this is a lot of information for you, because it is. But here are some resources I want you to take a look at.
You're opening up too many problems right now.
I know. I know.
I'm trying to think, my mind's like, okay, so we need maybe monthly parent information, newsletters, but then linked onto a website with access, but also pushed out through social media. Then we need a visual literacy program that can feed into student accountability. We need advocacy in the ARD meetings, because things are being overlooked for specific needs of deaf ed students. There's another one too. So knowing all these pockets, where do you feel like the biggest bang for the buck will be to start?
I think probably we'd have to have two. I could throw a third in, but I'll just stick with two. Okay, I'm trying to streamline this, Marcin.
Please.
That's the thing with
bite-sized thing.
I'm trying.
Okay.
I'm trying.
Now I'm gonna go put all that new curriculum in your room. Say, have fun.
Great. We need to really work with our deaf ed team in building a program, building a literacy program. That's like we're talking with Jennifer Hunter over at Region 11.
Yeah.
And building an IPC specifically for deaf ed. Now, it's going to be as broad as it can be, because our kids are individualized.
So that's the teacher angle.
That's yes.
Building capacity.
Yes.
And with curriculum that fits the needs of students.
Mm-hmm.
And then we need the student angle.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, it's gonna be what bears out on those student results.
Yep.
And I know we feel the state test doesn't meet their needs, but it's just one of those.
Yeah.
We gotta get them somewhere.
Mm-hmm. But then we also need to look at, well, yes, we've got all that state and district testing. We still need to find those deaf normed tests
That give a more accurate
that give us some more
accountability of where they're at.
accountability. They're out there.
Money, how much?
A lot. A lot. Now, if I stay in the classroom, there's a way I can get it. If I'm not in the classroom, then I have to have one of the other girls get it.
Or whoever runs the department could maybe take that on.
But I think what we need too is the four of us, and me, Phillips, Kavanaugh, and Lewing. We all need to be treated as a voice, and this is not.
No,
this
hey,
is,
you know,
this is,
we have a relationship.
I know
you
that,
know.
but we need to be able to come, and we need you guys to understand that yes, you're admin, and I know that your interest is not necessarily all of us and our kids, and I get that because you have a bigger picture than we do.
But it's part of our picture.
Right.
We don't have a picture without
Right,
it.
but we need others to understand that this pocket of 4 women, regardless how many years experience we got, we're the experts.
Agreed.
We have
So
stuff.
we have to find this collaborative angle though, where
Mhm.
we have to make sure that we're
Yes.
accomplishing
Yes,
the district pieces.
Exactly.
Because we don't have a choice
Yeah.
either. But we also need to quit leaving kids behind.
mm-hmm.
That's the biggest problem.
Because we're raising a generation deaf kid who can't fill out a Walmart application.
Yeah, that's not okay.
And I know this because I job coach over the summer, and I had to help a 19-year-old fill out a job application.
There's some personnel here I have to support who are
Mhm.
even older than me,
Mm-hmm.
fill out things.
And now they're hearing 19-year-olds who don't know how to do that. But it's
But the playing field's not quite level.
it's not, and it never will be. We will never get that playing
No.
field level. Nope, never.
I understand that. I had a blind student, one completely blind,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember one time saying, "You go put your paper over there," and then I'm like, "How is she gonna know where over there is?" And that right there was like my first big openness to my bias that I've just, or the privilege I get to live with.
Yeah.
With being
It is.
sighted and hearing.
It is.
And the same thing with deaf. I think of the same thing half the time when I'm looking at them and what I hear and what they don't. Or what's very muted.
Mm-hmm.
And are we balancing it as much as we can?
Mm-hmm.
We can do more.
You know, and the other thing, and at a campus level, we need those teachers who, and I don't know, it just kind of struck me for whatever reason in my diversity classes. We were talking about students coming in from other countries, and, you know, how would you feel if you walk into a room and, you know, somebody didn't know how to say good morning to you? And I'm thinking to myself, that is the simplest thing every one of our teachers could say in the morning. Like, it's just very simple. Not that, but just any of the kids. Just walk into the hall, they see you, and you say good morning. You know, it's just something I would love, and this is, you know me, I dream big. And I know it's a dream. But I would love for any of our teachers, you know, even if it's once a month, just come in and figure out a way to expose all the teachers to signs. Whether it's a video that's sent out once a week, this is like, just, God forbid anything were to happen in this building, and we had a kid that didn't hear what was going on, and you saw them in the hallway, and you could pull them in, and you could say to them, "You're safe, stay." Like, stay. They have no idea why you just pulled them into the nurse's office and threw them in the bathroom.
So that's speaking to inclusivity,
Mm-hmm.
which is another angle of the situation.
Yes. I give you a prism.
You do give me a prism. Prisms are beautiful. That's one thing I love about prism.
It is a prism, and it is
The
beautiful.
light comes through it.
Yep.
It's the best colors.
Yep.
I'm almost wondering, do you, with the support of Bayetza and I, parcel out some of these big topic ideas to the Deaf Ed team? Like put somebody over inclusivity actions of, I don't know, weekly words and signs?
Something. I mean,
Because kids like to sign too. I had a 4th grade hearing student come ask me my sign name. Luckily, Kelsey's kids had given me one a couple of years back, so I'm like, Morrison. I had that one.
I didn't know that was your sign name.
That's what the kids told me.
Oh, I was in Morrison.
Oh.
Because, well, no, Principal Morrison. I did Morrison. This is Dr. Morrison.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And so she would make it a point of
Yeah.
coming up.
Okay.
And it was 4th grade hearing. They want to know.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, just like, you know, Davis had put out the, you know, the signs from.
I love that.
I would love to put.
Campus inclusivity and campus culture, I think, would excel with that.
Oh, yes. I would love to have, like, my picture outside my door with my name sign. That way our kids know if I have to send somebody to Pate.
So my thing is make it happen. You
Okay.
know what you want.
Okay.
If we have a,
But, and I'm looking at the opposite side, is that something that, God forbid, and someone was looking for a specific teacher, would that be, you know what I mean?
I know, you gotta play that angle.
But I think with the level of observation that we have, Because my husband is blind.
I don't think it's, look at all these little tiny pictures of Ayeta all over the
Right.
school. There's one right there, new one, just
Of
saw that
course.
one.
But like my husband has a fear of me
Right, and
coming to
ADA
school.
says you
Right,
have to put
right.
Braille.
My husband has a fear of me coming to school every single day because he doesn't know the building.
Hmm.
And I told him, I said, there's 2 doors before I even get to mine.
That way, there's only one door that way.
Yeah. But that's something that, you know, if we send a second grader, go to Miss Kaiser's room.
I like the idea of the pictures with the names with their signs.
Okay.
I'll run it by Ayeta. I don't see a safety concern.
Okay. And because that's the thing, because we're looking at it because we have to be visual.
You can find our pictures on the internet.
True. But again, we're
It's
talking
giving a precise location to buildings.
Yes. You know, people are psychotic in the world. I mean, that's
That's
like-
why we have all the doors we have. I
Yes.
know it's not necessarily gonna stop something, but it can
No.
slow it down.
yes. But I mean, I think that would be something that would be great. If we, you know, like you said, it is inclusivity. And, you know, even if it's not a name sign, if the kids are walking through the hallway, oh, there's Miss Ellis's room, and they see Miss Ellis in the hallway, go, I know who you are. So it's not that,
And they can say hi to her and she can say hi back.
right. Like, I don't want Aubrey coming here and she walking down the hall and here's Miss Ellis and she's like, oh, Aubrey. And I'm just like, who are you? Even though she knows who she is.
No, I don't. My mind's trying to click through our manuals,
Mhm.
different trainings. I think it'd make it better for everybody, to be honest, too.
Mm-hmm.
Just all kids.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because I couldn't tell you where the other Bennett's classroom is. I just know it's in the blue hall and hope I can find her room.
And I know it's 57 because I do the campus map. So to
Well,
me, it's room 57.
Well,
But that's
that doesn't mean anything.
doesn't mean anything.
No. But, you know,
I said room 30. Did you know that's Miss Hill?
no, I didn't know 31 was here for like the second year, till the second year I was here. Where's 31?
So coding our building
Yes.
and the adults. Like I said, I think that's running the Deaf Ed team to,
Okay.
if y'all see those things that need to happen, make them happen.
Okay.
I mean, Shelley made those banners happen. She showed us after the fact. I loved it.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be great if I could think of stuff like that, but we've already discussed this.
And it's okay.
Yeah, right. This is
It-
why I
it's
lean on you
okay.
guys.
It's okay.
'Cause
I
you're
mean,
gonna
I
find
look
those
at it
gaps.
through, you know, I look through 2 lenses and sometimes it's wonky, which is
Right.
then I go to you and say, is it wonky? Yes, it is. Okay. You know, and it's all good. But, okay, so we'll do that. I will, because I will see the girls.
And if y'all get the stuff and we get, they have to be cute, because our school has to be cute. The pictures and the names, like, has to, and have uniformity.
I know, fun. Okay.
In the sense of like,
I know what you mean.
Okay.
I know.
do a purple border for this grade and a pink border for this grade, or,
No, we're just gonna do, maybe we can talk to Rincon and get our yearbook pictures from last year. I still haven't taken another yearbook picture since my
I
first
don't know
year.
if I like that one, homestead.
I've used my first year picture here for the last 3
I
years.
wonder if she has an extra yearbook we could just take and I could buy and we could just cut it. And use those pictures from it. Oh, unless it's front to back.
I don't know, but yeah,
Okay.
I mean, yeah, if you and Mr. B are okay with that, I mean,
You can get it template, we can print it on cardstock on the color printer.
Yeah.
Get it laminated. Yeah, I don't see a problem.
okay. If I can get a color printer that's specifically for deaf ed, would you be okay with that? Because,
Would it be here at school? A printer like this size?
no, it'll be
Just
a little
like-
bit bigger, it'll be a little bit bigger than what I have in my classroom.
It's like a personal computer,
Print, yes,
personal printer.
yes.
It's personal, it's personal. We
Okay.
don't have to deal with, the stocking of the ink or anything,
Okay,
because they won't buy that. We can't purchase it.
okay,
We used to, but.
okay. Because
But
that's
if you
one
want
of
to
the
print on
things,
the big printer, my badge will print that.
Okay.
My badge will print
Okay.
color.
then we might need you to do that at the beginning of the school year
No
because we
problem.
want That's the one of the
It
things.
might just go like this here, but
That's fine, because that's one of the things that, you know, with visuals, if we do it on black and white,
no.
even
I
that
wanted
little,
color.
even that little bit of, you know, if they're doing, you know, they do this for farm, that little arrow can get smudged. So that's why we like to do everything in
Agreed.
color. Okay, so you're good with that.
Absolutely.
Okay, then I will let the
My
girls know.
badge is at your disposal.
Okay. You want us to supply the, cardstock or?
No, we can get that out of the supply closet.
Okay.
Really, you just have to get everything templated, ready to print.
Okay.
That's the work.
Okay.
The supplies and materials.
Okay.
That's,
Okay, I just wanna make sure that that's something that we can do, because the other thing that we wanna do, I wanna do, and I wanna get it start, I
I'm
wanna,
not sure about laminating, but I have a personal laminator, so that's not a problem.
yeah, I think we all have personal, I know I have two, so.
Yeah.
But it's called Handshake Dictionary. So, the letter B, which is a closed four,
Okay.
okay, the sign for book, the hand shape is B.
Like that?
Mm-hmm. The
Does it
hand shape.
start closed and then open, or it's just this?
Close the book, open the book.
Okay.
Okay, the hand shape I use for that sign is a B.
Okay.
Here's how that helps kids. When you ask me, how do I spell book? I don't know, how do you spell book? What's the sign for book? What letter does it start with?
B,
Mm-hmm,
and then two O's.
mm-hmm.
Where's the
So
K?
with our dictionary, instead of being A, B, C, D, E, F, G, it is hand shape B, hand shape A, hand shape S, hand shape X.
That's a whole different.
That's a whole
you just
different
broke
thing.
my mind.
So if I'm looking for the word X-ray,
I'm like,
how do I spell X-ray? Well, sign me X-ray. Well, 9 times out of 10, because X-ray doesn't have a sign, is they'll spell it. What's your first hand shape you used? X. Now use your hand shape dictionary and find it.
there's something like this made?
No,
Oh,
this is something that we have to have the kids make themselves, which gives ownership,
okay.
okay? So what they would do is we would take our weekly spelling lists or whatever.
Can they make it digitally?
I don't want it digitally.
I'm only asking because then to print it, then they'd have it in. Okay, go ahead.
We could, them doing it themselves, they go in to find the hand shape, they write the word X-ray. Now they've got the visual for the X, now they've got it written, and it sticks longer.
Because it's going through more
Because it's
relational
going
buildings
through
with the
more
brain. Okay.
Yes. Now, could we make one digitally to get them started? Yes.
Could they then take all of that and put it in the digital form?
They could do that too.
After they've done. this
Because that's
building
what I
of
had my kids
knowledge.
do with their journals this year. Towards the end of the year, we finished the first half of our journal, they had to go in and they had to type their journals.
Good. Because typing
that-
is an issue.
And that was their gift from me at the end of the year.
Their work.
Yep. I didn't have to do anything. I just had to
Well
put it and bind it.
played.
I just had to bind it.
And they loved it.
They loved it.
They
They thought it was
loved it.
great.
Yep.
They thought it was great. But I didn't do it. They did it.
Right.
But
It's a lot of projects you're thinking of.
I know, that's what my brain does.
I know. We gotta bite, we gotta do it
Bite size.
chunk size
Yes.
at a time.
Yes.
So
But
you
that's
always
one of
gotta
the
be thinking
things.
biggest bang for your buck.
Yes.
Where do I start and then where do I
Yes.
refine?
And the handshake dictionary, if we get more teachers involved, can be kept right up here in the front office. And you have a kid who goes up and they're telling you a word and you're like, I don't know,
Okay.
find the handshake for it. That's another inclusivity part. Like these are all little, and I know they're all little things, but they're little things that create big things that are gonna take these kids,
Right.
and when they go
Well, it's their
to.
place of belonging too. They don't need to just belong in room 1, in room 25, in room 21. Like, no, every room here is yours. You belong everywhere.
That when they do their walkthrough from Western Hills, they're gonna know that, you know, hey, when I was in the office, they have this dictionary. Did you know they had this dictionary? And
Well, one of the biggest compliments we could probably ever get is you wouldn't know which room is our deaf ed's room versus not.
Because they're just as loud as those hearing rooms. They're
So
just as-
inclusivity's its own big project.
Yeah.
And you know, Bayette and I we get so lost in the weeds on some things,
Okay.
not through any malintent, just.
Yeah.
And we look at our special pops, we have to, I mean,
You-
it's,
we
our whole
don't have a
campus is
choice.
driven by it.
We don't have a choice, and it's sad to say that, and us as a team, we know this, our population is what's holding us back. But we can't,
know.
on paper and
It
in
is.
data, our group is the one that's holding it back. But what I would like to see is even on the inclusivity side,
I just
is
don't wanna put that, when you say
stress
that,
on us.
I don't want that burden like being, I hate to isolate it within like, it's the students or it's the teacher, because it's not, it's systemic.
Mm-hmm,
The burden's on the system,
mm-hmm.
but it's bearing in the results of the kids, and the teachers are feeling that stress because those are their students.
But that's education.
It is, but
Unfortunately,
systemically in deaf
education's
ed
that
and the
things
needs
fit.
that we see, you know, I'm in year 9 of being an admin, and year 1, I knew nothing about deaf education. Zero,
I know nothing
zilch.
about
It was
gen ed.
never even a conversation.
Mm-hmm. I know nothing.
Special ed was, but not the nuances of special ed, past the experience I had in the classrooms.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that gap exists. You and I have talked about that ad nauseum.
Mm-hmm.
We know the instructional lens that we look at deaf ed with, there's gaps.
What I would like Waverly Park to be, and I know we have dual language for Spanish.
Mhm.
We can't do dual language for deaf ed. It's not feasible. There's too many,
Even though that's how it's considered.
but what I would like Waverly Park to become is that school in the district, that example, where we can use English sign in Spanish
Yes.
all over.
Well, okay, so one of the new things we have is called the Cowtown 12, which is gonna be like our spot observations.
Okay.
And it's how we evaluate teachers when we come in instruction. And one of the pieces of it is the use of academic language.
Mm-hmm.
At least an academic language word wall that shows all 3 languages.
Well, see, here's the
Because that to me is that consistent routine that if our deaf ed kids who are struggling with language acquisition start getting at foundation,
So
Then we've
then
got
this
it
is
moving.
something that, I mean, I can take on, is we get the academic vocabulary
which
For-
we can get from Leap
for
Forward.
for each grade level, and I can create, it's like in my classroom.
And I would like, personally, I've always thought of this, and I've
Mhm.
tried it, but it becomes too big a project for me to get done on top of other things, that's my excuse. But pockets of word walls around the whole building, like not just centralized here or here,
Mhm.
like, here's the months, here's the numbers, here's some fun science
Well,
terms.
I gave Kunchik, from the 5th grade.
Taking those whole cases outside of her door, because there's nothing in them now, and they look,
Mm-mm.
they need some improvement.
I gave her word walls, the vocabulary, had the vocabulary and the sign. And she put them up all over her room. Only lasted for 1 unit because she never took the rest of them. But if we have those classrooms that are like Pate is
And I
math.
get the classrooms, but also having
Yes.
the common spaces.
Yes.
Cafeteria.
Yes,
Big,
cafeteria.
huge walls in the cafeteria.
Mhm.
So what words do we have that are considered academic language that would relate in that space?
Yeah. Food, nutrition.
And getting that foundation of language acquisition set
Mhm.
with the academic language they're gonna need anyways.
Yep.
Versus making them wait till they get to the grade level that uses product and multiplication.
Well, I mean, and the thing with kids learning, with deaf kids, is that these kids know what photosynthesis is before my granddaughter does. If they are raised in a deaf home, their vocabulary is stronger and higher than my 4-year-old is. And even though she's spoken to all day long, and Nana doesn't water down words, we talk about the sun and photo. A deaf child raised in a deaf home has bigger vocabulary than a hearing child does.
I like that.
Because guess what? When you introduce a concept or a word, you finger spell it, you sign it, and then you finger spell it. So over time, this becomes strong.
Almost sounds like a spelling bee.
Mm-hmm. This becomes strong. This slowly fades away. Now they know the sign. Steph is amazing.
It
I
is.
love
It
it.
is.
It just, yeah.
Okay, so I'm about to jump down another rabbit hole.
Okay, what's the rabbit hole?
Okay, so we have that we need the academic language.
Yes.
This one might be not yet, but the way you described it, I did think spelling bee. Why don't we have like a signing bee,
Okay.
at least for our deaf ed students to start with? Definitely for our deaf ed students.
See, and that's the other thing too is our kids don't know that there are other deaf kids in the building.
I think this year with what you guys put into
This year was
place
better.
was, I'm telling you, it's the best year I've ever seen with that social communication.
This
Them
year-
getting off the bus was the cutest thing in the morning,
Yes.
Amy.
Yes.
They talked, they
Mm-hmm.
signed,
Mm-hmm.
fourth graders working with kindergartners, like, that was,
Mm-hmm. Who's that? Somebody in sneakers. 2 people in sneakers. 3 people in sneakers. Wow.
this looks like the front office right here, so people can probably
acceso
see it.
But our kids don't know that there's others. I mean, they did last year because we did a lot of that last year.
Yeah,
But that's something else that we need to
build that community.
build that. And, you know, they don't even know where the office is. I mean, they know,
They know when you guys do the tours,
but if I were to send someone by the, like Nebby,
like us